Good morning, everyone. Gina here, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my 1 month check-in with you guys. So last month I shared with you guys a pretty serious struggle that I have had in my life for the past 17 years. So if you have not watched that video, I'm gonna have that linked below for you guys, as well as in the iCards if you guys want to get caught up with some of my videos. So a month ago, I had decided that I really need to tackle my food binge eating problem. So for the past 17 years, I have had a binge and purge problem to where I would eat large amounts of food and then throw it up. So as of today, I am 30 days strong. So I want to share with you guys some of my tips and how I made it through this first 30-day period. So first, I'll go ahead and share with you guys my weight loss, because my weight loss has been significant. So I started this journey 30 days ago at 179 pounds, and now I am weighing in at 172 pounds. And that is just purely doing very low sugar and low carb. So I think there are some days when I am over the 20 carbs that keto recommends. Maybe some days I'm at like 25 carbs, maybe some days I'm at 30, but I am not restricting myself to be in ketosis, if that makes any sense. So I am giving my body a little bit more carbs throughout the day, a few more net carbs throughout the day, just so that I am satiated throughout the weeks, and I am not craving the things that I used to crave. So the weight loss is pretty significant. So I've lost about 7 pounds in 1 month, and I am so proud of that. And something that's been very eye-opening for me is the fact that I've been going along years and years on the same cycle, to where I would do really good throughout the week in terms of, you know, eating keto or eating low carb or sticking on Weight Watchers. But then once the weekend would hit, that is when my binging would start. So I'll share with you guys a photo of like what my binge eating used to look like. I used to eat a full plate of Mongolian beef from P.F. Chang's with a side of rice, with extra sauce, like 6 egg rolls at a time, a triple scoop sundae from Baskin Robbins, cookies, candy, all of that would be in one sitting. So there is a likelihood that I was intaking in my body maybe, you know, 4,000 calories in one sitting, and then having to go through the process of getting it out of my system, which was not good for me. Hold on, I'm texting Nicole Burgess right now. Nicole, if you're watching, I'm texting you right now. All right, so I was talking to her about the conspiracy palette, because that was, oh gosh, the Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star launch was pretty epic. So I am so thankful I was able to get the stuff that I wanted to get. So back to everything. So my Saturday nights would consist of binge eating. That's what I would do. Kids would go to bed. My husband, you know, had no clue. And I was on the couch eating, you know, 4,000 calories in one sitting, and then going through the process of throwing it all up. So I am 30 days of not doing that at all. And I am so extremely proud of myself, because I can't even remember the last time I've gone this long without an issue. I cannot even remember. And a part of me feels really guilty all the other times that I've lost weight, because I feel like I've been like a fraud in doing it, because I was saying, okay, I'm doing the keto and that's how I'm losing the weight, or I'm doing the Weight Watchers and that's how I'm losing the weight. And that really wasn't how I was losing the weight, because I wasn't sticking to those plans, because I had that dirty little secret in my back pocket. So I wasn't really losing the weight the right way. So for that, I feel extremely guilty. And anyone who is, you know, watching these videos, and if you guys have been around with my channel for a while and seen me lose weight through like Weight Watchers and any other like plan that I would go through with you guys, I am so incredibly sorry that I was not 100% honest with you guys, because I wasn't telling you guys the whole entire truth as to like how I was losing weight. So for that, I am really sorry for not being forthcoming with how I was losing the weight. So I have been attending my Celebrate Recovery meeting. So coming up on Friday, that's going to be the 4th time I've been. And if you guys are at all curious about Celebrate Recovery, it is a Christian-based recovery program. And they also have 12-step programs as well. So what we do is we gather together in our main sanctuary. I'm over at the Lake Forest campus in California, but there are CR meetings all over the place. So we spend some time in worship together, and then we go through either a lesson plan or we will listen to a testimony. And let me tell you guys, some of the testimonies are just eye-opening. So a lot of us leave that big group in tears. Most of the time it happens. And then after we have that time with each other, then we go to our small groups, which are individualized for our specific group. So I am in the food issues group, and it is gender specific. So there is a food group for women. We don't have a food group for men because I guess there's no need for that over where I'm at. They have, an alcoholic group for men, women, they have all sorts of different groups. So take a look at the group list if you're at all interested in Celebrate Recovery. It is a free program. You do not pay a dime to go. You just show up. So I've been going to those meetings, and they have been really helpful in just talking to people that understand what I'm going through. That is so crucial. But also what else is crucial is learning to rely on God more when I'm going through, hard times. So, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, the struggles are real. I get cravings all the time right now. I am only 30 days in, and I don't want to get to a point to where, okay, I'm 60 days clean, I'm 90 days clean, and then I get, all big headed about myself, and I go down on, bad paths. So even my husband had asked me how we're going to handle going to the movies. And then I thought to myself, oh, maybe I can just have some movie popcorn, since I never go to the movies. But I told myself at the end of it, no, I can't do that, because where I'm at right now, I'm in a very vulnerable place to where if I get a little bit of movie popcorn, then I'm likely going to want something else. So, we're just not going to do that. But I will share with you guys something that happened today in my small group at church. We have a women's group, and we meet every Tuesday. And we have this big buffet table of all these different breakfast items. And I was eating it. My friend Caitlin next to me, she told me, she said, Gina, there's bread in this, just so you know. And I only had a few bites of it. And honestly, when I was eating it, I was like, wow, this egg dish tastes amazing. What did she do? Well, there's gluten in it, so it tasted good. So the bread was masked in it really well. So yeah, that was a little difficult for me, but I was able to just, okay, I'm gonna have to, throw this away, and I'm gonna have to go and get something else that I can eat. But it was okay. And I didn't freak out about it. And I didn't think oh my God, I ate bread, it's the end of the world. No, it's okay. And I'm just moving on with the rest of my day and making sure that I know what I'm eating. So just a little tip for you guys. If you guys are bringing dishes for potlucks or whatnot, it would be really good if you put a little tag of what is in your dish, if it's not visible, because something like that, it was kind of mixed in and I didn't really know. And then there was another egg dish that I thought was okay, but then there was potatoes in it too. So I actually took the time to actually open up about this with my small group. And one of the questions we had this week when we were going through our study was if you are a controller parent and how you handle being a controller. And for me, someone who struggles with eating disorder, I'm a controller. I control what I eat. I control what happens after I eat. So I'm a big controller, and it was just the right time in terms of the question that was asked. And I was able to open up to my group and let them know what I'm struggling with, what I'm dealing with. And the support that I had from those women was just amazing. So now I have, 6 other women praying for me every single week now that they know what I'm going through. I need to be integrating into next month is exercise. So I took the month to really just focus on myself. I took the month to focus on my diet. I took the month to focus on my feelings and other things I can do when I'm stressed out, other things I can do when I think I'm hungry and stuff like that. I wanted to take a good month of just focusing on one thing. And now that I kind of have a routine in terms of my diet, in terms of what I'm eating on a regular basis, kind of trying to kick the cravings as I go along, I'm now ready to start integrating some exercise back in. So I signed up for a turkey trot for Thanksgiving so that I can get myself out there on Thanksgiving morning and do some exercise. So now I have a 5K that I am looking forward to. So I need to get myself out. Now that the time has changed, it is lighter in the morning time. So I really don't have any excuse not to get out and run in the morning times because I'm waking up early. So there's no reason why I can't get myself out of the house for 30 minutes to go take a run. But honestly, it's all about your willpower. It's all about your motivation. My husband can, you know, be my alarm clock and get me out of bed, but it's gonna take me putting my gym clothes on and going outside and running. It's gonna take me to make that commitment. So I haven't really gotten myself to that point to where I am like, yes, I need to get out on the pavement and start running. But I know that the morning that I step out and start running again, it's all gonna come together, because running is something I enjoy, running is something I love. So it's gonna be like, you know, riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride a bike, and then a few years go by, you get back on the bike and you ride a bike, no problem. So I have a feeling that that's how things are gonna be when I get back to running. So we need to get back to running. I wanna aim for at least 2 days a week and then gradually go from there, because I don't want to say, okay, I'm gonna run every single day of the weekday, because that's likely not gonna happen. So what else? I've really been enjoying trying different recipes. I've actually taken the time to get the right ingredients to a lot of the sugar-free cooking recipes in the Southern Keto cookbook. Before, I wasn't using like the right sweetener. I wasn't actually using erythritol. I've switched to putting some almond milk in my afternoon coffee. So I'm only having heavy cream in the morning and once in the afternoon, and any other coffees I have in between, it's always almond milk. So I'm trying to make that change. I'm also trying to limit my snacking at nighttime, but when I do need a snack, my go-tos are the Smart Sweets sweet fish, the berry fish, and then Lillys chocolate. So those are my two go-tos. And having like a spoonful of peanut butter, like that helps a lot too. And something else I've discovered that I love is whipped salted butter. I just found this over at my local Target. So if you haven't tried whipped salted butter or whipped cream cheese, you are missing out. And something I've been enjoying is spreading cream cheese on top of like egg bake. So like I mentioned at my church group, a lot of women will put together like a egg bake with like ham and cheese and eggs and green chilies, and then spreading on some cream cheese. It is so stinking good. But I have had some fails along the way too. I did try the pork rinds. Not a fan. Initially, I was like, oh wow, it's the crunch, it tastes good. But then after trying it a few more times, I just learned I am just not a pork rind person. So I think when it comes, if I want to have some sort of chip, I might need to look into doing like kale chips like in the oven, or I might even need to try doing like air fried like zucchini chips. I need to look into something like that, or air frying low carb tortillas. That would be a good option too, maybe to have as like a treat on the weekend. Sprinkle some salt, and that might even be something that I could take into the movie theater in lieu of popcorn. So have something crunchy, salty. Nuts are great. What else? I really enjoyed the broccoli soup I made. I made a taco soup, which was delicious. What else have I made? I made chicken noodle soup. I'm actually gonna have a video all on some recipes that I actually made through this past month. So I will have a completely separate recipe video if you guys wanna see that. So comment below and let me know if you want to see that type of video that's just like recipes and sharing with you guys some recipes I've been enjoying and sharing with you guys how to make them. So I'm only gonna do that video if you guys are telling me you wanna see it. So yeah, that's everything that has been going on the past month. And if you are struggling with anything, please feel free to reach out to me via email. I've also found that being off of social media, Facebook and Instagram, it has just been so incredibly healthy for my mental health, because I would find myself comparing myself to, you know, other women on Instagram, other women on Facebook, and thinking to myself, why am I not that skinny? Why am I not that pretty? Why am I not this? Why am I not that? And I would just scroll on my phone, and you know, the enemy's telling me, Gina, you're not pretty enough. Gina, you're not thin enough. Gina, you're not this, you're not that. But honestly, the truth of the matter is, I was made perfectly. God made me perfect, and I need to see myself the way God sees me. I need to see myself the way my husband sees me. So that is something that is going to be indefinite for me. I will never get myself back on Instagram. I will never get myself back on Facebook. I don't care how much a company is going to pay me to post a photo on Instagram. If that means it's a brand deal, make or break, then I'm out of a brand deal. I was approached by a few different companies and they told me, oh, well, you have to post on your Instagram. And I'm like, well, I'm out because I don't have an Instagram. And a few of them said, oh, well, just make an Instagram. And I'm like, nope, not going there. So, you know, not being on Facebook and Instagram has definitely altered my business a little bit, but ultimately my mental health and my physical health are more important than getting paid a few $100s from, you know, a swimsuit company. So I hope you guys enjoyed this month's check-in. I'm gonna have all the other videos listed below. In this current journey. So I did a video all about food triggers and how to handle food triggers. That one was specified towards Halloween, but it's definitely, you can apply it for Thanksgiving and Christmas as well. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some tips on, you know, eating at family parties, eating at Christmas parties, and any other, you know, video requests you have in this journey I'm doing. So this is not gonna be an easy, quick fix. Like, I'm pretty prepared for this to be going on for years. So there is no end date in this series of mine. So it's going to be an open-ended series until, you know, I just feel like I don't need to share publicly anymore. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I want you guys all to remember that you are beautiful no matter what. You are amazing no matter what. And that is the number one thing that I want to get across to you guys, is that God loves you just the way you are. I know that sounds incredibly cliche and incredibly cheesy, but that is the truth. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.